And thank you very much for coming into our studios this morning.
Good morning.
And it's wonderful to have you here on the couch this morning. Cosatu, you're very clear from what we've seen. I just want to get your insights. What taking issue with Tito Mboweni's references to the size of the public service and the need for us to deal with this bloated service?
The issue that the Federation has is that the reference has always been about the workers, the ones that are at the point of service. So, and one appreciates the fact that in his interviews after the budget speech, he also alluded and acknowledged that there are natural attritions, there are deaths of public servants who are not replaced. So there are still vacant posts, but continues to raise the issue of a bloated wage bill, and you would realize that it is always a reference to the ordinary workers who are giving a service to our own people in this country. And we're saying as a federation that we do not want government, when you want to it's a fact that perhaps there is a huge bill, but it can't be an issue that is going to be only given as a result of the workers on the ground. Because also, if the government says it's a huge bloated wage bill and you make reference to the ordinary workers, have you also juxtaposed that with the rising cost of living in this country? So what are workers supposed to be demanding for them to continue to be able to survive?
You mentioned a couple of things that I want to delve into, time permitting. Firstly, yes, you're saying you're concerned that the way it comes out when government talks about a bloated service, they're referring to the lower paid workers or the people who are at the front line providing services. Does that mean you'd welcome a smaller cabinet? I want to start there, because that's the executive of government. And Tito Mboweni, in a press conference yesterday after the budget speech, said that he would, if he had the executive powers, he would slash the current cabinet of 70-odd ministers down to between 20 and 25. Would you, Cosatu, welcome that?
Cosatu has always said that we have a huge cabinet. And sometimes you don't even know who are other deputy ministers. Other departments have 2 deputy ministers, you don't know what they are doing. And I think if we were to start there and try and go back to the term of former President Thabo Mbeki, we didn't have such a bloated cabinet.
We had about 50, including the deputy ministers.
Including the deputy ministers at that time. Yes. Perhaps we can go back there. And I know the question that will follow is, what happens to those that are working with those ministers? This country has a potential of reindustrializing and industrializing and using the mineral resources that we have to ensure that we create jobs in this country. It can't be that the only focus of government when you want to deal with the issues of wage bill and the economy is to deal with job cuts. Can we also look at reindustrializing this country? Can we look at reskilling our people so that you are not only fixated to one position that you are able to do? Can we have workers in this country that are able, it doesn't matter where you put them, but they will be able to do the job?
Would you welcome if government said, let's see who can take early retirement, in this case to reduce the number of people working in the public service? And secondly, you refer to vacancies. Would you therefore welcome a freeze on recruitment for those vacancies?
We have said, Buten, that there are vacancies, and even the minister himself alluded to the fact that you still need to fill those public vacancies. We still need teachers, we still need nurses, you still need doctors, police, and all of that. Those are services that you can't freeze on them. You have to fill them up, because the backlog that we have in terms of service delivery is not only about infrastructure. So we welcome that he put the issues of infrastructure, but you have to also say who is going to be there, because it is just unacceptable that you have our people, when they are going to hospitals, they have to stand long queues. Others are so critical, such that when they go to the clinic, they can't get a doctor. And nurses will say, we're going to pray for you because the doctor is not here. Where are the doctors? They are professionals there. They exist. Can the government absorb them? So in terms of post-freeze, we have to look at which ones, if it must, but there are those that you can't really put a freeze on them.
The critical ones. Thank you very much. That's the President of Trade Union Federation, Cosatu. That's Zingiswa Losi.